What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Cash Crake, and welcome back to another New World video, guys. The devs just dropped a brand new video today titled What's Next for New World? And for any of you guys know right now, currently, New World is pretty much really at a stalemate. Not that much content going on. We're pretty much going to be quote unquote dead game for the next coming months, to say the least. So let's see what exactly they have in store. We're gonna react to it. I'm gonna give my thoughts. I might pause in between breaks to see, my own opinions and give out and provide some discussion about what's going on. And hopefully it's a good updates. Hopefully we get a roadmap. Hopefully it's a huge announcements. What I'm really hoping for is a lot of PV content. So we'll see what exactly they mean from saying what's next for New World. So without further ado, let's jump into it. As always, be sure to hit that like, smash that subscribe button down below, guys, and don't forget to share this with a friend if you guys are loving the content. Let's see what we got from them.
Hello,
Nervous.
everybody. We are here today to give you an update on New World. I am joined by Scott and Dave. And behind the camera is the puppet master, Mr. Levin, who did an amazing job on the last video. Thank you. And Chuck. Um, and Chuck. so
Come on, let's get to it.
today, I know there's big expectations for us to come out with a roadmap. And full disclosure, we are going to give you some information on what's coming, but it's not going to be the full 2024 roadmap. For what it's worth,
Really?
2024 is a big year. We have massive expectations for the year and a lot we're working on. The thing is, we're going to wait a few months to give you a lot of that details because quite frankly, we announced the full roadmap last year for 2023, and we missed a lot of stuff near the end because the longer term prediction it's hard, especially when you're adding big chunks of work. So our plan today is to give you a lot of information on what's coming between now and May, and then in May we're going to do another one of these, and we're committing right now to telling you everything that you're going to get for the rest of the year. And like I said, we have a lot planned this year, so
we're getting like a mini roadmap, pretty much what they're saying, like a half roadmap. Why not just state that? Like, why not? Like, why are they gonna say from 2024, from January 2024 through May, we're gonna give you all the details now? Well, hopefully all the details. Who knows? And then on May, we're gonna give you guys a full roadmap from May all the way up until the very end of the year, leading into 2025. That makes pretty much zero sense to me. Not a good start. Not a good start, guys. But hey, let's see. They say got a lot in store. So fingers crossed for a lot of good things. Like I said, a lot of PvP, specifically Outpost Rush, and hopefully more open world PvP content, which is what I'm waiting for. Open world PvP dungeons, open world bosses. Those are my prayers though. Let's see what we have.
pretty excited about it.
Big announcement.
Huge.
Big announcement. Okay, let's see.
With that, let's dive into what's coming up in the short term. So this first one we've talked about a fair amount already, so I'll go pretty quickly on it. It's cross-world expeditions with improved group finder. I think this is going to change the game. I think just finding groups faster is what we all want.
One click to get in, no like linking gear, nothing. One click and I'm in. That's the goal here. Get you into the content quick and have fun.
And rewards for helping other people too is going to be huge.
Yeah, especially for the harder to find, I'm not saying tanks or healers are hard to find, but they'll get extra rewards if they deem it appropriate.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I guess if you're a healer or a tanker, you will most likely get higher rewards, which is interesting to think about because obviously, DPS do depend on those, and expeditions really do rely on tankers and healers. So that's very interesting. And it said if they think it's deemable, so maybe it's up to the players to maybe contribute or give some kind of reward that ends for everyone, but maybe give it to the actual player that's a healer or a tanker. Maybe they get something bonus or an extra item. So that's actually pretty nice. I like that. But obviously, cross-world expeditions and the group finder, that's going to be completely improved. I'm actually super hyped up for this. It's going to be huge, not only for new players trying to do those low-level dungeons, right? But just in general for mutations and really just one click into the action, enjoy the content, right? And just dive into it without having to really go into the recruitment chat and trying to get so many people. Yeah, it could be a hassle, right? Obviously, it has its pros and cons. Yeah, it could be a hassle, right? Regarding like maybe this isn't the person I'm looking for to play with. Maybe they have no experience doing the dungeon. But nonetheless, I think this is going to be a all-around huge win for everyone. So drop comment, guys, down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. But I think it's good.
We have 8 new artifacts coming out.
Okay.
You guys have a favorite?
You go first.
Okay. My favorite's going to be, I think it's called Tempest Fury. And it's the Great Axe where you just get to keep spinning and spinning and spinning in your whirlwind. And it's going to be awesome.
I like that, and it's important to note it's the second Great Axe we've had. So a couple weapons we're doing a second version of, but we're doing like a different gameplay element, versus Abyss. My favorite
new
is
weapons.
actually a pair of gauntlets, where as you use them, you get these stacks that make your heavy attacks more powerful. So it sort of like changes the game. It's very good for people that do lots of heavy attacks.
You get that momentum going.
Yeah, and it can be used like if you're a fireball guy with those heavy or bow, like lots of opportunities.
That's cool. I was thinking melee for some reason.
Yeah, no, but it affects all heavy attacks.
That's pretty cool. Artifacts, brand new, 8 new artifacts. It sounds interesting, right? That's what everyone grinding for. But once you get them, it's almost like no one's doing any of that stuff. And you got to get them at a hot time, right? As soon as they release, as soon as they drop, you have to hop onto the game because you really could miss that window of opportunity. Get it because, like me, for example, right? I missed the opportunity. Everyone was farming the finisher, the rapier. And unfortunately, at this time, it's very hard to get a group of people to farm to eventually get that artifact. So there's something to be aware of. Obviously, there's endgame kind of content as well. And hopefully it's not all that we hear about for endgame content because once you get an artifact, that's pretty much it. No one else is going to be farming them and no one is going to be continuously doing it for fun, right? To say the least. But that's good to know. And we'll see if we have more endgame content coming up right now.
All right, we have another one of our season trials coming out. This one,
Oh, and on top of that, 8 new artifacts, and they're stating that they're adding like more artifacts to existing weapons. They should just create a brand new weapon, right? Obviously, we know that's in the works. Everyone wants daggers. Me personally, I do not want a dagger. I don't know what the hype is around daggers for some weird reason, but I'm not a fan. I think maybe dual wielding daggers would be different, right? That'll be completely insane, or dual wielding weapon in general. That'll be pretty cool. But the dagger situation, I think it's a win, right? It's a basic weapon, but I think it'll be pretty cool. But nonetheless, focus on new weapons instead of just adding one a year, right? Maybe add 3 or 4. Maybe you have a specific team prioritizing these brand new weapons and try to roll them out as quickly as possible. Obviously, with the least amount of bugs. But let's see. My
it's
thoughts.
a 10-person
Don't hate me.
one. It's the
Don't hate
Winter
me.
Rune Forge, and we actually, we played it today.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's hard. It's difficult right now. We'll see if it eases up a little bit by the time we ship, but it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think what I like about these pieces of content is it's 10-person. They don't take super long, right? Like the goal of these is that you can get, in and out in sort of 10 to 15 minutes once you learn the mechanics. And I think especially the final fight in this, we literally just played a review of it today. Like it's very mechanic rich, lots of things for everyone to do, important coordination. I think it's just a fun trial.
And it's nice, as these get further into the release, people can start pugging them, and it becomes more doable. And it's another fun on-demand moment.
And I think this is the second time we've done a seasonal trial, and I think with the hatchery, I think it was super fun content, but the rewards, let's just say we're lacking.
They
They
were
weren't
not
worth
great.
the time you had to
Not
put in to
great.
get 'em.
So we learned that, and we're really pushing the rewards. I think one of the things we'll do is we used to have a reward for the first 7 times you did it a week. That number is going to come down a lot, like into the 1 to 3 range, so we can really punch up the rewards.
That's good
So
at
it
least.
should be cool.
We have
Don't really
some
care,
seasonal
but-
events coming. You want to walk us through those, Dave?
Yeah, we have a couple of returning ones and some new ones. So Legacy of Crassus will be coming back. We have a brand new one called Year of Dragon that I think will be great. And then some other returning favorites,
Okay.
Rabbit's Revenge.
All right. New World
Springtide
event,
Bloom.
finally.
Obviously with these, the game has changed, so the reward schemes and all these will change. So those are some of the cool events coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to do a Forged in Eternum episode, I believe, Mr. Levin, on Year of the Dragon. Coming up very soon. He gave the thumbs up, so that's a yes. I can't get him on camera again, but we'll keep trying. Of course, there's going to be more seasons passes and rewards for every season. The MSQ is going to be finished, and this was one of those that I mentioned earlier that
Finally.
we were hoping to have done in 23, but it's going to move into the first part of 24. It's something we're like really excited about, and I think it's going to be.
I'm gonna skip over this segment. Don't really care about the main story quest line, guys. Like we all know. Point being, it's gonna be completed in 2024.
And there's another feature coming out that
Oh.
we haven't talked about yet, which is full gamepad support. I'm
Okay.
pretty excited about that. And
Okay.
whoever saw the gamepad up there, one of these episodes, was not totally wrong. But I think it's feeling really good. With the gamepad support, it's going to come some,
Nice.
some other changes to the game. You want to talk about
Yeah,
those?
absolutely. I mean, I
Okay,
think
let's
the
hear it.
idea here is we want to natively support the controller.
Okay, he just stated it. But for those of you that don't know what a gamepad is, right? It's like an Xbox controller, PlayStation controller, right? Those are the two main ones that primarily players use. And this is just one step closer to New World finally releasing on console as well, which is going to be detrimental to the success of New World and the longevity of the game as well. So this is going to be absolutely huge. And I'm excited for them to finally bring full controller support because even myself, and I even know someone that's waiting for it to have controller support because obviously that's just one step closer to them announcing it's going to ultimately end up on Xbox or PlayStation, right? And hopefully it'll be crossplay, which I don't see an issue with it because they're doing a lot of cross server kind of situations right now. So let's see what he has to say.
I think this will be our version 1. We will continue to improve like the experience, but for version 1, like we're really focused on the gameplay elements, and I think it's playing super well. We have things like lock on now, which will completely change the way the game plays. We have various assists to make it easier to hit with projectiles and aim on controller.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I think it feels good. Some different mappings depending on whether you're range, melee, or how you like to play.
Also, we're doing not just in-game like gameplay support, but we're also doing UI support to make it the UI
Okay.
operate and feel better with it. And I think that's come a long way already.
Yep.
And that's something we'll be looking for a lot of feedback from all the players on, like how does the controller feel? How can we make it better? Where should we push it? What should we do? Some other stuff we're focusing on.
So that's interesting. Okay, so they touched very lightly on it. They're in early stages. However, I think it's going to come fairly soon, especially if they already have version 1, right? And just from them stating that, they're doing a whole new UI for it. Gameplay specific is really what their main focus is on right now. The aim assist is not something that I necessarily like, but right, we all know what someone does play with controller. Aim assist is always pretty much there, so that's that's going to be very, very interesting when it comes to long range weapons. But I think that's huge, and hopefully is what I'm guessing by this summer, May the latest, right when they have their brand new big announcement for the remainder of the roadmap, is that controller support is fully there, fully established. Even sooner, right? By spring, by March, that would be even much more better. But we'll see. I guess you guys got to stay tuned and let me know. Drop a comment down below on your thoughts from this, though. This is kind of crazy. That's pretty cool.
Probably the whole year, but I want to like for the first part for sure. Performance improvements. We've seen a lot of feedback on performance, and we have a pretty massive efforts going on. So I think you'll see improvements in the first part of the year and more as the year goes on.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work in that regard, and it's going to be ongoing. But like a lot of the initial stuff is targeted to come out with season.
I've never played a game with so many bugs, so they better fix a lot of stuff.
With that season coming up.
With season 5.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some more combat balance improvements. We're hearing a lot of the feedback. Just remember, like if we hear it, it doesn't mean like we and all the players agree with it. So a lot of times we'll see like, hey, the fire staff is way too weak. And then the next one will say, hey, it's way overpowered. I know.
Okay, we haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, but as an example, I was trying to be very extreme. But you often we see conflicting reports on
I just
stuff, so
started
we
using the
have to
fire
rely
staff.
on the
Please don't nerf
telemetry
it.
in many cases to look at it and say what people are using, what's their success rate, and this and that. And that helps drive the changes. But we do hear it all. And then we're two other big efforts for 2024, goals for the year, are bug fixing. Like, we know that we have a lot of bugs in the game still. We think we've done a pretty good job of improving it, but not anything that we're totally happy with yet. So we're going to
I experienced a huge one just this morning. Couldn't literally fast travel to a shrine and literally nothing loaded. I was stuck in the air, glitched for about, I want to say 5 to 6 minutes, and I couldn't move, couldn't jump out of that area, and it was terrible. It was actually terrible. Had to restart the game just because nothing was working. So that's a new one for me.
continue to make that a huge focus, and we're
Yeah,
probably
you guys
even
got
bigger
it.
than it's been. So our goal is to push that curve angle way down, and then more quality of life stuff. And some of that just comes naturally with the controller. Adding the controller, we want to make sure it's easier to move around and play the game. So you're going to see a lot more of that coming.
Salvage all. Ooh, sorry. I love that feature.
Waiting
Season
for
4
that.
feature.
But I think the takeaway we
Ooh,
want
okay,
you to
okay.
have is come
Yep.
back in May to this video.
This is their
because
mini
we're gonna
roadmap.
make we're going to have a lot to talk about in May. And
Huh.
I wish I could spill the beans now, but I'd get in trouble, so I can't. But we're really, really excited about it, and it's huge. At this point, we're going to say, hey, everyone, put your questions here in the comments, because tomorrow, being the day after we air this, we're going to be filming the community Q&A. Anything else either of you want to add? See our shirts, how festive we are?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
They're very cozy and warm.
Happy holidays.
I think that's it. I hope you all have a
All right. Well, there you guys have it. The full dev update. So it looks like we have like a little mini roadmap from this point going forward up until through May. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Hey, this is not what I was looking for. I wanted so much more out of this. It looks like they're pretty much just saving a ton of announcements for this coming May of 2024. I wish they had like a lot more content regarding PvP that they could possibly discuss. But obviously, they're still working behind the scenes. They're doing a lot of updates. I know right now, right? There's not a lot going on in New World. And like I stated in my previous stream as well. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitch, be sure to do so. I love streaming New World and a variety of other different games as well. So just what I was saying the other day is that right now is a great time for New World for you to catch up if you're missing out on a lot of stuff. So let's say you're not actually going ahead and farming or focus on your trade skills. Right now is a great time to go ahead and get those trade skills levels up to 250. Not much going on. Right now is a great time to maybe possibly farm artifacts if you missed out. Try to get a group going. Get your factional reputation up as well if you haven't done so already. So I think right now we're going to definitely have like around a 2 to 3 month period where not a lot of in-game content besides the season pass, right, that is currently going on to work towards and to unlock. And if you haven't focused on a lot of those aspects of the game that you really never go ahead and try out, such as PvP, right? I'm not so much of a PvP player in New World, but it's because a lot of it doesn't interest me, and I'm much more of an open world PvP kind of guy in previous MMOs. So there you guys have it, though. I'm not a lot from it. Come back in May, they're stating, and there's a lot to be dropped on that video that they're gonna go over. So I'm excited for that, but that's a long way to go. But let me know in the comments down below, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this video and your thoughts and your reactions as well. But it's your boy, the Cash Critic. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys can tune into more videos right now. Peace.